Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Welcoming all of you for Srimad Bhagavatam session of this week. So all of you are able to hear me. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu, we can hear you. Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yes, we can hear you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So today we are going to understand how Shuka Muni, the Shukadeva Goswami, who is the author of Srimad Bhagavatam, offers his prayers to the Supreme Lord before starting speaking about the Lord. Initially, the Shukadeva Goswami gave a synopsis what one should do at the time of death. After that, Shukadeva Goswami elaborated it by giving an opportunity for Parikshit Maharaj to hear about Lord more. So to now the subject matter here is to talk about Krishna. Talking about Krishna is not a scholarly activity. It is not somebody is very great scholar who has good memory or who has good Sanskrit scholarship. It is not like that. Talking about Krishna is done by somebody who has received extraordinary mercy of Krishna. Hearing about Krishna, also we should have received very special mercy of Krishna. Shravanam Kirtanam. While we do Shravanam of Krishna Katha, we are receiving Krishna through our ears. When we Kirtanam, when you sing or chant the glories of Krishna, we are receiving Krishna through our tongue. So, Krishna has to kindly accept for this. We cannot force Krishna. So, Krishna is kindly accepted to come. Like it is said in the Nectar of Instructions, Upadeshamrita of Rupa Goswami, if anybody chants Hare Krishna, Krishna's holy name, he is qualified to receive respect from others. Meaning, such a person who has received the mercy of Krishna only can chant Krishna's holy name. Otherwise, how much ever you may try to explain to somebody, chant Krishna's holy name, hear Srimad Bhagavatam, that interest to hear about Lord and chant about the Lord does not arise in that person's heart. If that interest has come in you, means Krishna has selected you for this very special blessings. And Krishna has agreed to come for your call when you are doing Shravanam and Kirtanam. So, now the Shukadeva Goswami is going to talk about Krishna Katha, the rest of the Bhagavatam. Therefore, the Shukadeva Goswami is offering his prayers to Lord before starting. Oh Lord, it is because of your mercy. It is by your glory that I am able to talk about you. So that's a permission. He's taking permission in the form of the prayers and seeking blessings to talk about Krishna. So it's a very different consciousness. Like when we go to some public speaking forum, there will be a competition who will speak nicely. Who is the better speaker? They award them in the public speaking. So now speaking about Krishna is not like that. Speaking about Krishna is not scholarly activity. It is devotional activity. Anybody can speak about Krishna. What you need is you need to have devotion. There was one devotee in the early days of ISKCON in 1969 and 70s. There's one devotee called Shyamasundara Prabhu. Shyamasundara Prabhu was sent by Srila Prabhupada to London to open temple there from America. So he and his wife, they were fully dedicated. 24/7 they were serving Krishna. They had a small daughter. They named her as a Saraswati. And the small daughter, small girl, as she was slowly growing up, she would hear Krishna Nama. She also was chanting and she also got devotee association. So whenever she would see new people, she would go and ask, do you know who is Krishna? She used to go and ask like this, do you know who is Krishna? And the people say, no, no, I don't know. Small kid is speaking. They very nicely reciprocate with the small child. And they say, no, no, who is Krishna? You tell. Then she would say, Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. When Prabhupada heard about it and saw this, Prabhupada said, this small Saraswati is a great preacher of Krishna consciousness. She is also a preacher of Krishna consciousness. A three-year-old kid is also a great preacher. What is that she is speaking? She is speaking one line. Who is Krishna? Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So she has learnt it from her parents and devotees. Who is Krishna? And she was chanting. She had all the qualities of a devotee. So even the little girl, daughter also can be considered as a great preacher of Krishna consciousness because of her devotion. So this is how we should look at ourselves. So this is how we should actually think, how can I increase my talking about Krishna in my day-to-day life? So much time we spend with so many things. How can I increase my talking about Krishna? So this all for us to think. So now let us see how Shukadeva Goswami offers his prayers before he starts speaking about Krishna and seeking Krishna's blessings. So I'll share my screen for today's discussion. So let us offer our prayers and then begin. All of you, please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskritya.
Narayanam
Narayanam
Namaskritya.
Namaskritya.
Naram chaiva narottamam.
Naram
चैव
chaiva
नरोत्तमम्
narottamam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
देवीं
Devim
सरस्वतीं
saraswatim
व्यासम्
vyasam.
Tato Jayamudirayed.
ततो
Tato
जयमुदीरये
jayamudire.
Nashta
जयमुदीरयेत्
Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu.
नष्टप्रायेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु
अभद्रेषु
अभद्रेषु
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
नित्यं
नित्यं
Nityam
भागवत
भागवत
सेवया
सेवया
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke.
भगवती
भगवती
उत्तमश्लोके
उत्तमश्लोके
Bhaktir Naistiki.
भक्तिर्भवति
भक्तिर्भवति
नैष्ठिकी
नैष्ठिकी
Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, the prayers by Shukadeva Goswami from the second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Please repeat after me the first shloka. Sri Shuka Uvacha
श्रीशुक
श्रीशुक
उवाच
उवाच
Nama Parasmai Purushaya Bhuyase
नमः
नमः
परस्मै
परस्मै
पुरुषाय
पुरुषाय
भूयते
भूयते
Sadudbhavasthana Nirodha Leelaya
सद्भवस्थाननिरोधलीलया
तदुद्भवस्थाननिरोधलीलया
Grihita Shakti Tritayaya Dehinam
गृहीतशक्ति
गृहीतशक्ति
हृदयाय
हृदयाय
देहिनाम्
देहिनाम्
Antarbhavaya Upalakshya
अन्तर्भवाय
अन्तर्भवाय
अनुपलक्ष्य
अनुपलक्ष्यवर्त्मने
वर्त्मने
Antarbhavaya
अन्तर्भवाय
अन्तर्भवाय
अनुपलक्ष्य वर्त्मने
अनुपलक्ष्यवर्त्मने
Please repeat. Shukadev Goswami said,
Shukadeva
Sukadeva
Goswami
Goswami
said,
said,
let me offer my respectful obeisances
let
let
me
me
offer
offer my
my respectful obeisances
unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead,
unto the
unto
Supreme
the Supreme
Personality of Godhead,
Personality of Godhead,
who for the creation of the material world
who for the
who for the
creation of
creation of the
material world
material world
accepts the three modes of nature.
accepts
accepts
the
the
three
three
modes of
modes of
nature.
nature.
He is the complete whole,
He is
He
the
is the
complete
complete
whole,
whole,
residing within the body of everyone,
residing within
residing
the
within the
body of
body of
everyone,
everyone,
and his ways are inconceivable.
and his
and
ways
his
are
ways are
inconceivable.
inconceivable.
Request everybody to mute. So Shukadev Goswami started his prayer offering his respectful namaha, namaste, namaha, offering prayer to whom? Parasmai, to the Supreme Lord. Purushaya is a personality of Godhead. He is not some impersonal Jyoti or impersonal light. He is a Purushaya. Parasmai Purushaya is a personality of Godhead. Bhuyase, so is unto complete whole. And he, for the purpose of creation of the material world, which has a sthana, nirodha, for the creation, udbhava, sthana, nirodha, creation, maintenance, and no destruction. Grihita Shakti, he has accepted. What is that? Tritayaya, three modes, and such personality who is very inconceivable in nature, I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. So this describes the greatness of the Supreme Lord. How great he is, how supreme he is. He can accept, he can create. So it's a Krishna's glance which created the living entities in the material world. After that, Lord Shiva, Shambhu, and Parvati They carried out their duty of the creation, and then there is a Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Three modes of material nature are taken charge by the three primeval deities of three modes. This way, they are maintaining this material world. And this material world is maintained for our purpose. Krishna does not require it. Srila Prabhupada gave an example. The example is a prison house. Government is not interested to maintain the prison house. It's a burden for the government to give facilities for prisoners and maintain a prison house and spend a lot of money for it. But government is forced to maintain the prison house because there are criminals in the country. So they will be in the Kali Yuga, there are more and more prisoners. The government is expanding their prison houses so that more and more criminals are coming in the future. They require facility, they require food, they require place to stay. So the material world is compared to a prison house. There are so many atmas. They want to enjoy independent of Krishna. See how kind, how great Krishna is, God is. You tell me, if somebody don't like you, if somebody don't want to talk to you, somebody don't want to associate with you, sometimes somebody is deriding you, criticizing you, would you extend your help to them? You will not. You will say, I'm a good person to good people. If they're good with me, I'll be good with them. If they're not good with me, I don't care for them. But Krishna is not like that. Krishna is, whether you deride him, criticize him, and you are not interested to take his association, in any condition, Krishna supplies all your necessities. And Krishna sits in your heart as a Paramatma, and he is enabling you. He is agreeing, he is approving your desires and helping you to enjoy your desires seated in your heart. This is called unconditional love. Krishna has not put any condition to love his amshas. He is seated in everybody's heart. Even a person who wants to criticize God, God only gives him abilities. That kind he is. Supremely merciful he is. So it is a great task for Lord Vishnu to maintain the material world. Keep it in the order. Yada yada hi dharmasya. The Lord mercifully does all these things by his inconceivable energy. It is not that he cannot do, he can do anything. Is it difficult for him to? It's not difficult for him. Is it for him? It is just his wish, anything he can do. At the same time, somebody is loving Krishna, they feel, why to trouble Krishna like this? Why should I go to Krishna and trouble him? Give me that, give me this, give me and fulfill my desires and more and more. I should not go and trouble him like this. Krishna is, let me go and go to Krishna and ask, give your love, remove that curtain in front of my eyes, which is covering you. Nato natya dharo yatha. There's a curtain of Maya in front of our eyes, which is not allowing us to see Krishna. We ask Krishna, please lift that curtain. If you lift that curtain, my all moh maya, all kinds of things will go, so that I can always reside in you, reside at your lotus feet. So such a great personality Krishna is. So first of all, Shukadeva Goswami is offering his obeisances. Bhuyo namah sat vishrujya chide satam asambhavaya kila sattva murtaye pumsam punah paramahamsya ashrame vyavasthitanam anumrughya dashuse. I again offer my respectful obeisances unto the form of complete existence and transcendence. Again and again, he is offering his respectful obeisances before speaking about him, who is the liberator of the pious devotees from all distresses and the destroyer of the further advances in atheistic temperament of the non-devotee demons. If at all Krishna does not give something to demons or destroys them, that is also a great mercy of Krishna. It is like a surgery the doctor is doing, and it may be painful for the patient, but it is for the benefit of the patient. For the transcendentalists who are situated in the topmost spiritual perfection, he grants their specific destinations. So this Supreme Lord is a liberator who gives mukti, and he is complete Supreme Lord, and he is also situated in the topmost spiritual perfection, and he also grants appropriate destination for all the jivatmas wherever they want to go, also guides them to go back to him. Since the Lord is very kind to everyone, the impersonalists means they don't understand Krishna is a personality. They don't get to understand that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. They think Krishna is God is on power, God is not having any form. So who accept bhakti as the means of merging in the existence of the Lord in his impersonal Brahma Jyoti are also desired, are also awarded by the desired destination. So the Lord only gives their destination. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, he assures everybody, "Ye yatha mam prapadyante." So he comes, he gives the destination, bless the devotees however they wish. If you see in the Bhagavad Gita also, when after the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna asks Arjuna, now what do you think? You heard the entire Bhagavad Gita. Now you decide what you want to do. This is Krishna's way of dealing. Krishna does not want to force us. So he has given that freedom to the Jivatmas. So he's very kind. The further Shukadeva Goswami offers prayer. Namo namaste tvarshabhaya satvatam vidhura kastaya muhukku yoginam nirasta samyayita shayena raghasa swadhamani brahmani ramsyate ramaha. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto him who is the associate of the members of the Yadu dynasty, who is always a problem for the non-devotees. He is a supreme enjoyer of both material and spiritual worlds. Yet he enjoys his own abode in the spiritual sky. There is no one equal to him because his transcendental opulence is immeasurable. So Shukadeva Goswami is saying that he is always a problem for non-devotees. Krishna favors his devotees. Favors means we should understand that the example of a doctor you should understand. Doctor need not to conduct a painful surgery to a healthy person. But doctor needs to conduct a painful surgery for a person who has diseases. Same way in the school, Teacher need not to punish the good students, but teacher needs to punish the bad students for their good, for their benefit. At that time, they don't understand. Sometimes when you recollect about your school, when you were in the school, when the teacher was punishing you, that time you felt very bad. Now you may think, oh, what the teacher has done is very good. At the right time, he taught me the right value. Similarly, the parents, when we were young kids and the parents would have punished us for sometimes for something, that time we were thinking so bad. How can my father do like this? How can my mother do like this to me? And I was crying. And now I am thinking, oh, they have done good for me. They taught me good lesson to me. They're so much concerned about my future. They wanted to make me a good person. That is why they did all these things. Later we realize. Is it not? Similarly, when it is said, is a problem for non-devotee. Krishna is a problem for non-devotee. For the non-devotee, at that time, he thinks like that is a problem. Like a Kamsa is thinking, Krishna is a big problem because from Krishna I'm going to die. Actually, from Krishna, Kamsa is going to get mukti. He's a demon. His suffering will end. His adhyatmika, adi bhautika, adi daivika, all kleshas will end. He's going to become liberated from all the suffering by being killed by Krishna. But at that time, he is not like many demons. After getting liberated by the Lord's mercy, then they offer their prayers. Thank you so much, Lord. Because of you, we got liberated. We were suffering in the body of a demon. So, like that. So, in the devotional service to the Lord, in ourselves, all of us, we have devotee side also, non-devotee side also in us. We have we have one mind which feels we like doing devotional service, like chanting Hare Krishna, like hear about Krishna Katha. That mind also we have. Sometimes we also have a demoniac mind also. That mind repulses us from Krishna. Oh, I'm not interested in chanting. I don't like this. I don't like this devotee, or I don't like this temple. I don't like this service, or so many ways. There is another side also. Both devotee and non-devotee mind is staying with us together in us. So Krishna is a problem for the non-devotee mind because non-devotee mind is giving you suffering. Devotee mind is giving you happiness. So sometimes we'll have to struggle to come out of the non-devotee mind of ours at times. The non-devotee mind of ours, how to come out? That's what Prabhupada said. Whenever you feel disturbed, the symptom of a non-devotee mind is that mind is always disturbed, always troubling us, making us unhappy, keeping us unhappy. What to do with that mind? How to deal with that mind? Prabhupada said, when you feel very disturbed, you should sit somewhere tightly and chant Hare Krishna loudly. Sit tightly, chant loudly. Because when the Shabda of Krishna Nama penetrates you, that non-devotee mind will get subdued. Non-devotee mind will not be able to do much. It will come under the control. So, when we are hearing these kind of prayers and Bhagavata Katha, we should always introspect ourselves of these two personality mind is there with us. So then further Shukadeva Goswami said, he is a supreme enjoyer of both material and spiritual worlds. He enjoys Material world also enjoys. How? He is there in every atom. Everything happens as per his will. He is also there as a Virat Rupa of the Supreme Lord. Spiritual world is full of his internal potency, but material world is also his potency only. For us, it may be material world. For Lord, it is his own energy. One is internal energy, one is external energy. For the Lord, there is nothing called material and spiritual. For the Lord, everything is spiritual because everywhere it is his energy only. Same way for the Shuddha Bhakta, the pure devotee of the Lord also. For the pure devotee of the Lord also, there is uh, uh, no difference in staying in the material world and staying in the spiritual world. Because the Shuddha Bhakta is able to see the Lord everywhere, every place, every moment. Like Prahlada, every moment he is seeing the Lord. He is not seeing anything other than Supreme Lord. So the pure devotee also, material and spiritual world. So whether we go to hell or heaven, Naraka or Swarga, or the material world, wherever, our seva is there to the Lord. The devotees are ready to go. But devotees are only asking the Lord, wherever I may go, give me one blessings. That one blessings that I should not forget your lotus feet. If that blessings is there, I can go anywhere in the material world. So this is how the Supreme Lord's position, who is the enjoyer of both the material and spiritual world. But he enjoys his own abode in the spiritual sky. This is internal potency. That is the Lord's highest Hladini Shakti. And there is no one equal to him. There is nobody. Only Lord is supreme. There is nobody else beyond the Lord. Where in the Bhagavad Gita it is said, Matta Paratam Nanyat Kinchidasti Dhananjaya. In the 7th chapter, verse number 7, it is explained like that. Next verse. Yad Kirtanam Yad Smaranam Yad Ikshanam Yad Vandanam Yad Shravanam Yad Arhanam Lokasya Sadhyo Vidhunoti Kalmasham Tasmai Subhadra Shavase Namo Namaha. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the all auspicious Lord Sri Krishna, about whom glorification, remembrance, audience, prayers, cheering, and worship can at once cleanse the effect of all sins of the performer. If anybody does these things, Shuka Muni is offering prayers. I offer my respectful obeisances to all auspicious Lord Krishna. About him, if you glorify Krishna, if you remember Krishna, if you hear about Krishna, if you offer prayers to Krishna, and if you worship Krishna, it will cleanse all the effects of all sins. That powerful Krishna is. That is why he is extraordinary. His holy name can purify our heart. So this is very secret. The Bhagavad Gita, there is one chapter called Most Confidential Knowledge. Non-devotees don't understand at all. What is that most confidential knowledge in it? The most confidential knowledge Srila Prabhupada delivered to all of us is that Krishna is God. And by touching that Krishna, you can get purified. This is very difficult for non-devotees and even for yogis, even for other people to understand. You all are devotees. You heard about it so many times and you understood and you also experienced it by chanting Hare Krishna. But for others, it is not easy to accept. They think, what is the use of doing bhajan? What is the use of chanting Hare Krishna? It is waste of time. What is the use of hearing Bhagavata, reading Bhagavata? All waste of time. When I get retired, when I have no other work, if it gives happiness to me, I do. Many times people say, all this spirituality is meant for giving some satisfaction. People are very disturbed. That's why you're going to temples like ISKCON, hearing classes, because you are very distressed. So you want to come out of this unhappiness, loneliness, depression. So you're going and attending these things that give some solace. I don't require those things. I am very active and intelligent. I am very clever. I can deal with any situations. I don't require somebody's help. Whenever I get bored, sometimes I feel I'll play some chess. I play some games. That what relieves me. Sometimes what I do when I become little very disturbed, I go to some small outskirt near nice park or some nice place and have some nice food. Or sometimes when I get disturbed, I go to some movies. I like if some good movies comes, I go and eat, or go and watch it. Watch one movie and have some outside some food and talk to my friends and come back. I feel relieved. I don't require, okay, that is my liking. Your liking may be chanting and hearing Bhagavatam. Somebody is liking maybe reading Bhagavatam. Somebody is liking maybe reading the novels. Very well, you can read the novels. That also I like to read. Somebody's interest is trekking and adventure. Somebody is liking cooking. Somebody likes to travel. So these are different hobbies and likings people have, so that they feel to themselves, they feel happy, they feel relieved from the day to day distractions and difficulties. So one among that is going to temple and offering prayers, hearing Bhagavatam. These are the general understanding in the mainstream world. But actually, the truth is different. The truth is that when you chant, when you glorify Krishna, when you remember the Lord, when you hear about the Lord, when you pray to Lord, when you worship the Lord, it actually cleanses all your sins. It is not like singing a movie song. It is not like going to some small outing and coming. It is actually awakening you from the deepest ignorance that what is the purpose of life? Who is my real shelter? Whom should I go? Why am I leaving? What is the purpose? So all these things gets awakened by doing, remembering about Krishna. This we have practically seen in all of our lives. It may be very difficult for us to explain to other people, but especially we have seen in our life. So this is our great fortune that we were able to see this. Now Shukadeva Goswami is confirming that. Shukadeva Goswami is saying about Krishna, if you do all these things, your sins will get nullified. If the sins go away, if Papa, Sarva Papa, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharana Praja Ham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayisha. Sarva Papa, if it goes, then you be fully free. Why am I suffering? My root cause of suffering is my sins. It is not very intelligent idea that eat something wrong and take medicine. I know if I eat this food, I get stomach pain. But there is a medicine for stomach pain. I take the medicine for stomach pain and I come out of it. But again, I go and eat it. You know, sometimes people's tongue is so uncontrolled. They will certainly know, if I eat this food, I fall sick. If I eat ice cream, I fall sick. Or if I eat street food like this, I fall sick. I remember in our college days, I had a friend. Whenever he had gone outside and eaten some fruit in the food streets, some fried items, he would immediately get throat infection and cold and fever. But still he would go and eat because tongue is very uncontrolled. Then he would come back and suffer for next 1 week. Then after 2 months again he would go and eat. So when you fall sick, there is a medicine. But why are you falling sick? Because of certain reason. If you stop that, your falling sick also will stop. Same way, when you're undergoing a suffering in the material world, there is some solace. Feeling hungry, you can have food. You have back pain, you can go to doctor and doctor will treat you something, give you a painkiller. But why you are actually originally suffering? Why the suffering is coming to you? Because of your past actions, sinful reactions are coming. Now, if I can address that only, then I will not suffer. Is it not? So, when you worship Krishna, when you become Krishna conscious, what is happening is you are purifying from your core of your heart. Eventually, your suffering will end. Now, somebody may ask me, Prabhuji, you are saying like that, but I am practicing from so many years. For my suffering has never decreased. I'm looking like it is increasing. Actually, our karma is compared to a mountain, huge mountain, so much of karma. It takes some time. That's why you need to have patience. The analogy is given for this. It's like a fan. The fan is running very fast. You can switch off. After switching off the fan, still fan will rotate for some more time because of the past kinetic energy which is there in the fan. It will make it run for a little more time. Right? Same way, now after coming to Krishna consciousness, I stopped doing sinful activities. But some reactions will be there of the past. We should have patience and determination to go through that. That will haunt us. The past reactions will haunt us. So, but Krishna will definitely help you reduce it. And if you continue to chant Hare Krishna, slowly, all the sufferings will reduce, sins will go off. So ultimately, not sinning anymore and past sinful activities, sinful reaction will be nullified by these performances as told by Shukadeva Goswami. Yat kirtanam, yat smaranam, yadikshanam, yat vandanam, yat shravanam, yadarhanam. Lokasya sattho vidunoti kalmasham tasmai subhadra shavase namo namah. विचक्षणाय चरणोपसादनात् संघं युधस्य भयोतो अंतरात्मनः विन्दन्ति हि ब्रह्म गतिं गतक्लमास् तस्मै सुभद्रा शबसे नमो नमः. Let me offer my respectful obeisances again and again. See, every shloka, Shukadeva Goswami is saying, let me offer my respectful obeisances. Let me offer Tasmai Subhadra Shavase Namo Namaha. Namo Namaha. Namo Namaha. He is offering prayers again and again unto the all auspicious Lord Sri Krishna. The highly intellectual, simply by surrendering unto his lotus feet, are relieved from all attachment to the present and future existence, and without difficulty, the progress towards spiritual existence. Very simple. Bhakti is very simple. Let us surrender to Krishna. Other processes are very difficult. You have to do so much of austerity. Bhakti is very simple. Go and surrender to Krishna. Catch hold of his lotus feet. Lord, I don't know. I am surrendering it to you. It is also said bhakti is very difficult and complicated. Bhakti is very simple for a simple person. Bhakti is very, very complicated and difficult for a complicated person. What does it mean, simple person and complicated person? Simple person means simple mind. Somebody tells me, can you go to market and get me fruits? The simple mind is, oh, Prabhuji has told me, go and get me 1 kg of fruits. I go to market, buy fruits and come and give it to Prabhuji. Simple. What is complicated mind means, you can apply this principle in all aspect of life. I'm giving this example. When Prabhuji has told me, go to market and get fruits, I'm thinking, why he told me only? Why he did not tell others? Why he told to get fruits? Why not dry fruits? Why he is telling now? Why he did not tell yesterday? Like this, my mind is thinking. This is called complicated mind. Or Prabhuji has some other agenda. He's trying to send me away. He wants to do something when I'm away from the temple. You see, this is called complicated thinking. In our life, a bhakti can be performed by a person very nicely if the mind is very simple. But unfortunately, most of our mind is very complicated like this. Because of the complicated mind, our mind keeps on thinking while chanting, while doing service, and various times. It is thinking this way, that way, it is thinking. So, our purpose, our goal is to become very simple. When you become simple, the bhakti, the practice of devotional service is very easy. Just to surrender to Krishna, chant Hare Krishna, read Bhagavatam, very simple bhaktis. But it is very complicated for a complicated person. He will think so many things. Why only Krishna? Why not this? Why not like this? So like this complication. So we should be become simple. That is why one of the qualities which Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita is called simplicity. There is one quality called simplicity. In the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, there are qualities of a divine person. So divine qualities. So one of the divine qualities is called simplicity. You go and read that. One paragraph Prabhupada has written purport on simplicity. What is simplicity means? He explained very nicely. Okay. So more we become simple in Krishna consciousness, simply by surrendering to the lotus feet of the Lord, you're relieved from all attachment to the present, future, and future existence without difficulty. So this is what the Shukadeva Goswami is telling. We'll go faster. We want to end today the prayer. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto all auspicious Supreme Lord, again and again. Learned sages, the great performers of charity, the great workers of distinction, great philosophers, mystics, great chanters of the Vedic hymns, great followers of the Vedic principles, cannot achieve any fruitful result without the dedication of such great qualities to the service of the law. See, so nice it is. Manasvino mantravidaha sumangalaha tapasvinaha danapara yashasvinaha. These are great person. Tapasvinaha, great people. Dinapara, danaparaha, who performs great charity. Yashasvinaha, great workers of distinction. Manasvinaha, great philosophers. Mantravidaha, great chanters of the Vedic hymns. Sumangalaha, strict followers of the Vedic principles. All these people cannot achieve the fruitful result without dedication such great qualities to the service of the law. Ultimately, everyone, however great he may be, he has to surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Kirata Hunandra Pulinda Pulkasha Abhira Shumbha Yavana Kasathayaha Yene cha papa yadapashayashayah Shuddhyanti tasmai prabhavishnave namaha. These are different races of human beings. There are total 84 lakh species. 84 laksha. Out of that, 4 lakh are human species. 4 lakh varieties of human species. These are different races who are not actually followers of the message of the Lord. They're sinful people. There are so many aborigines and different species. Kirata, Huna, Andhra, Pulinda, Pulkasha, Abhira, Shumbha, Yavana, members of the Kasa races, even others addicted to sinful acts. Sometimes we will tell, no, Prabhuji, I'm coming from meat eaters family. My family is full of sinful activities. Or I may be this, I may be that, I'm not so intelligent. So many ways. I'm a woman, I'm a man. So you see here how Shukadeva Goswami is praying. All these races of people. And others were addicted to sinful acts. They are very sinful. Day to day, they do sinful activities. But they can be purified. They can be purified. How? By taking the shelter of the devotee of the Lord. Yadapashayashayah. The last time I explained what is pavarga means. Apa ashayashayah. One who has taken the shelter of the person who has taken the shelter of Apa is called devotee. Apashayashayaha means taking the shelter of the Supreme, devotees of the Supreme Lord. Okay, yeah, that some other time I will explain. Apashayashaya. So this is how these races also can get benefited due to his being of the supreme power. I beg to offer my respectful obeisance unto him, to the Supreme Lord. Okay, now Prabhupada in this purport, if you find time today, you can go through this. Prabhupada explains what Kirata means. Kirata means there are different aboriginal tribes in India. Tribes and these people are always existed. You know, this sometimes modern philosophers will think by seeing some tribes. Recently, I heard one podcast of a person from Mangalore. He was telling, actually, earlier everybody were tribes. There are different tribes in Africa, in here, there. Later, they become civilized human beings. No, tribes always existed, and civilized human beings also always existed. That is why it is saying Kirata, Aborigines tribes of India. In the modern days, in some places of Bihar, Nagpur, so these provinces called, these tribes called Kirata. Then Huna. Huna means area of the East Germany and part of Russia. They're called Hunas. Okay. As per the Vedic understanding, they're from Germany and Russia. You know, Germany and Russia are neighboring countries. The World War happened with them. Then Andhra, province of the southern India. Pulinda. Pulinda means the inhabitants of the name called Pulinda, province. This country was conquered by Bhimasena and Sahadeva. The Greeks are known as Pulindas. Like Alexander is coming, he's a Greek. So Pulinda. Then Abhira. This is a province situated on the river Saraswati in Sindh. So modern Sindh province formerly extended on the other side of the Arabian Sea. All the inhabitants are called Abhiras. Then according to statement of Markandeya, the Mlechas of the part of the world would also rule the Bharata. So already it is said, Mlechas, these Abhiras are actually these Turkeys who came and who attacked on India. Muhammad Ghazni, Gori, all these are from that race. And they're called Mlechas also. The Markandeya Purana, it is said they will rule over Bharatavarsha one day. It's already predicted. Later proved to be true as the Pulindas. On behalf of Pulindas, the Alexander the Great conquered India. Behalf of Abhiras, Muhammad Gori conquered India. These Abhiras were formerly Kshatriyas within the Brahminical culture, but they gave up the connection. The Kshatriyas were afraid of Parashurama, had hidden him themselves in the Caucasian hilly regions, later became known as Abhiras, and the place they inhabited are called Abhira Desha. They're called Arabian countries are coming from the word Abhira Desha. So if you read this purport, you will get to know how the entire world was once upon a time under the province of the Pandavas, Yudhishthira and Parikshit 5,000 years back. Before that, Ramachandra, so many kings ruled this earth. But there are different races who are actually downtrodden. Kirata, Hunandra, Pulinda, Pulkasha, Abhira, Shumba, Yavana, Kasaya. These are the races which are actually fallen down. They don't have any more Krishna consciousness. They are very sinful. The inhabitants of Kanka province of the old Bharata mentioned in Mahabharata, Shumbha, Kankas. Yavanas are actually the sons of Yayati, known for the Turkey, known as Turkey to rule. The other one was Greek, what I said. The Turks are Yavanas due to being descendants of Maharaj Yavana, Mlecha Yavanas, etc. Kasa Desha means it is those who have stunted growth of hair in the upper lips, their mustache you have seen. They're like Mongolians, Chinese, they're called Kasares. So now, above mentioned historical names are different nations of the world. Even those who are constantly engaged in sinful acts are all corrigible to the standard of perfect human beings if they take shelter of the devotee of the Lord. You see, this is what Prabhupada went all over the world. He actually made all this true, what Shukadeva Goswami told 5,000 years back. Abhira Shambhash Yavanak Kasadayah Yenye cha papa yadapashaya shaya shuddhyanti tasmai. These foreigners who came to Prabhupada by taking his shelter, they got purified. Because Shukadeva Goswami says, anybody takes shelter of the devotee of the Lord, however sinful he may be, whatever race he may be coming from the different parts of the world, still he can become a pure devotee, till he can become a nice devotee. Prabhupada also says, Jesus Christ and Muhammad, two powerful devotees of the Lord, have done tremendous service on the behalf of the Lord on the surface of globe. And from the version of the Srila Shukadeva Goswami, it appears that instead of running a godless civilization in the present context of the world situation, if the leadership of the world affairs is entrusted to the devotees of the Lord, for which a worldwide organization under the name and style of the ISKCON has already been started, then by the grace of the Almighty Lord, there thorough change in the heart of the human beings. Prabhupada is saying, you please give the control of the entire, if ISKCON takes over the control of the devotees, take over the control of the United Nations and control the whole world, so everybody will become happy because they'll all get Krishna consciousness and be satisfied. No more wars, no more fightings. Very nice purport. You can read after time permits. So he is the super soul, supreme Lord and self-realized soul. Supreme Lord of all self-realized souls. He is the personification of the Vedas, religious scriptures and austerities. He is worshipped by the Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. So, like this, Shukadeva Goswami is offering his prayers to the Supreme Lord. May Lord Krishna, who is worshipable Lord of all devotees, protector and glory of all the kings, like Andhaka and Vrishni of the Yadu dynasty, husband of the goddess of fortune. So wonderful, really remembering all different, great qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Due to the paucity of time, I'm going a little faster. There are total 13 shlokas, 1, 3, 13. These are 13 shlokas are prayers of Shukadeva Goswami. You can chant this. Sometimes when you go in front of the Lord, suppose you go to a temple, you don't know what to pray. One mantra you will tell. Okay, after that you don't know what to tell. If you carry these things in a mobile, these days in a mobile you can carry prayers. Kunti Maharani prayer, Shukadeva Goswami prayer, Dhruva Maharaja's prayer, Prahlad Maharaja's prayer, Gajendra's prayer. Like this Bhagavatam has so many prayers. And you have that one file with you. In your mobile, you can store these days with a smartphone. When you go in front of the Lord, open your mobile and offer these prayers. Because we are so ajnana, we don't know what to pray to Lord. So when we follow the footsteps of Shukadeva Goswami, how to pray, Lord becomes very pleased. Because praying is also one of the great devotional service. So then finally he says, I offer my respectful obeisances unto Srila Vyasadeva, the incarnation of Vasudeva who compiled Vedic scriptures. The pure devotees drink up the nectarian transcendental knowledge dropping from the lotus-like mouth of the Lord. So the Vyasadeva has given the Vedic scriptures. It is like a honey, nectar, dripping from the lotus mouth of the Lord. Because Vyasa is Lord himself. Vasudeva is incarnation. When Vyasadeva has given all these things, it is like a honey, a nectar, which I offer my respectful obeisances to Vyasadeva. Then finally, the last verse. My dear king, Shukadeva Goswami is addressing Parikshit. Brahma, the firstborn, on being questioned by Narada, I remind you the context. Okay, context is that Shukadeva Goswami was asked by Parikshit, tell me more about Krishna. How did he create? Okay, how he maintained? Tell me more about Krishna's creation, Krishna's greatness, all these things. Shukadeva Goswami was asked like this. That time Shukadeva Goswami said, I will tell you what Brahma has told to Narada in this regard. Because Brahma has directly heard from Vishnu. Tene Brahma Udaye Adi Kavaye. So spiritual knowledge is always like this. Nobody should manufacture. I think, perhaps, maybe God is like this. May not be. Maybe God is not there. Maybe he is the God, he is not the God. Maybe somebody is making the God. This may be, perhaps, I think, all these things has no place in the spiritual realization. He is always quoted with the higher authority. Suta Goswami is quoting Shukadeva Goswami. Shukadeva Goswami is quoting Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva is taking from Narada. Narada heard from Brahma. You see how everybody is referring to their previous charyas. And when Parikshit is asking to Shukadeva Goswami, I will tell you what Narada was told by Brahma. Same question Narada asked, what you asked. Now you hear from him. So when you ask a question to anybody, a spiritualist, he has to quote Acharya's scriptures and give you answer. That is proper process of giving answer. So this is how, on being questioned by Narada, exactly apprised him on this subject as it had been directly spoken by the Lord to his own son, who was impregnated with Vedic knowledge from his very birth. So that is how the Brahma received knowledge from the Lord. So this way, this chapter thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the second canto, fourth chapter Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Process of Creation. So with this, we end today's prayers by Shukadeva Goswami. In the next chapter, in the next class, we are going to talk about the cause of all causes. So that is how the entire creation is explained. So in the chapter by chapter, you will all get opportunity to hear more from Bhagavatam, different stories. Sometimes it will be philosophy, sometimes it will be stories, but Bhagavatam will take you to the deeper understanding of spiritual realization. So with this, I conclude. If anybody has any question, you can ask. Okay. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna, all of you. And all of you requested to participate in Shri Krishna Janmashtami. And coming week, we have Balram Jayanti and many festivals coming up. Chant nicely and participate in Krishna conscious activities and be successful in your life. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
ग्रंथराज
Thank you.
Hare
श्रीमद्
Krishna.
भागवतम की श्री श्री कृष्ण
Jai.
बलराम की
Jai.
शिल
Jai.
प्रभुपाद की हरे
Jai.
कृष्ण